Hello, hello, and welcome. This is Kate in the Nest, and I don't know whether I've shown you this piece lately or not. So this is a quilt, collaged textile quilt that I um, started. Was it? Oh, It was on a special day, and I can't remember what that day was. Not that long ago, and it's based on a supper cloth that was embroidered with umbrellas. And initially they were in this linen color, and I have had a beautiful time uh, adding paint to them to make them pop in Kate colors. And so I'm going to talk to you about all of this, where I'm up to, and I'm going to share a really exciting little piece that's going to join this one this afternoon. But first of all, how are you? If you can hear some excitement in my voice, it's the weekend. I'm done for work for the week, and I was up during the night and very, very early this morning talking with my colleagues across the water. And yeah, this time next week, I will not be in this nest, I'll be in the traveling nest. So I'm even thinking that this might be the piece that I take with me, because I've actually backed her with this is a cream Angora blanket. I don't think I've used such a soft blanket, and it's huge. So as I'm saying that, I'm thinking, why am I putting that as a backing? I might leave her just like this. So she's a throw in the winter, and snuggly wuggly, as I would call it, but textural on the top. So, and it's a great way to stitch. So it's hard to get perspective, but I will, like my others, eventually be able to share all. So if we start, we've got umbrellas they're all slightly different, and I've painted them in different ways. And then my rule is that we preserve the hidden hands. I'm starting to talk about that, the work and the hours of the stitchers who came before me on this work, and I feel really honoured each time I do one of these. But my approach is, I shouldn't say but, I always do that. My approach is that I take this glorious work and make it even more of a garden. So here is my garden so far. This is the back. I'll see if I can go in. How do I do that? Yeah, well, I'll give you a close-up. Do you want to see an umbrella close-up? Yeah, there we go. I've done ombre. Beautiful stitched flowers. This is the back of a tapestry. This is a lily piece that I've used in many pieces. Bit of, I'm sure that's fleur fabric, I'm not sure. Some Rachel from Roxy's Creations linen underneath there. In fact, I took that off something completely different. Oh, this started out as the Blossom quilt. That's right. On top of this, I've centered it around this beautiful needlepoint, glorious. And look, you're seeing maybe my stitch is a little bit too close up now. Okay, so we'll go out so you can get perspective. So there's sort of the center in this one. My one flower at a time I worked in. This one I'm going center and out. I've got lots of pieces pinned because I don't want to have shadow on you. I tuck pieces in. So they're deliberately not down, because the idea is we're going to grow all around, but probably we won't extend beyond the flower on the umbrella. So, and can you spot, this is another of those little bluebirds that I used on the Betty. Not sure. I love now how I can share with you, and I hope you get that same joy of pieces that you see regularly in my work. And so they're cross fertilizing. So on lots and lots of pieces for different eyes and audiences. Okay, but the real story of this afternoon, let's just put that down there. I hope you're stitching along, by the way. Thank you for your lovely comments. And I got a little bit moved today when I read so many comments about how I keep people company. That to me gives me purpose. So if you are by yourself stitching at the moment, never think you're alone, because there's a whole community of us doing this together. And isn't that just wonderful? Okay, so to add to our company, here we go. It's raining here. I should put it in context. I had something very, very special to share. Oh, this is Happy Mail, but I haven't actually, I want to share it completely, but I have already put into use a piece. Remember, it's wet here. It's flooding on the east coast of Australia. Someone is flying in. Ta-da, ta-da! It's a swan. I have been gifted a collection of fabric with swans on them. Now, you may not think it looks like a swan, but Kate, this is my fantastical swan, and I've chosen this one to start with because she's pink. She's on blanket. I've put a little bit of stuffing in, and she's going to be harvested, but I tried to do quite a traditional thing, and what's that? Invisible stitch her down first before I outlined, and that's all as a result of my pink pony pin cushion. I'm learning to do that better, but now she's not going to stay like this, and she won't stay square, because I need to layer her up and get her ready, and we're going to do that together. So collage is my thing, and I have this little bit of vintage lace, and I think she needs to start with that as a little bit of feathering and fancy. So here on my pink pony, I have, look, I've already pre-knotted. That's quite surprising. I knew I had a needle, but I've even got the knot in it. Okay, and I have been gathering lots of other things today, but again, I can't find them. I buried them. I've been making velvet flowers for wearables and for pouches and all sorts of things, and I'm just refining my technique a little bit, and then I'm going to show you that very soon. You might already have made those. I just, because I've crocheted flowers with you before and used the flower loom, and now I thought I want to try with some fabric ones. So as I said, I've just started. So what am I doing? I'm gathering with pink 4-ply wool. Nothing hidden about this. And she's going to, actually, gosh, the light is, I have to do something. I've said that it's becoming like a broken record, Kate. It's too early in the season for it to be this dark at this time of the afternoon. I'm just trying to work out which is the right side and the wrong side. So that is the right side. Let's gather up a bit. First time I've done a wing on a swan. Oh, it sounds like on a wing in a song. I have always loved swans, and I'm just so grateful that not only have people helped me find where to get some swan fabric, but I've been gifted some, so forever grateful. and a lovely, lovely lady who knows who she is, but I want to check that it's okay if I show in more detail. So I've gathered it, and now we're going up. Yeah, you can see that's not very exciting though there to see. And you're probably seeing she's on green, which will not stay, but I'm going to keep it on until I put it down. So I hope that doesn't confuse you. And I stopped short of doing this black stitching because it might be a bit too dramatic on this piece. I can always do that later or in a different coloured thread or paint it, whatever. That's pretty. Okay, and I might just, I'm just looking at that, just do, what sort of stitch would we do? Just a little overlooking pretty one to put her wing down, and I want it to go just under there. There we are. So because the umbrellas are on this quilt already, I feel like she's going to be even more of a story quilt. So we've got the bluebird flying that way, we've got umbrellas, we've got blossoms, and now we've got a swan. Now, which way will I do this first? Because I'm going to have to applique. I think I'll cut her out. I'd still like to embroider some deeper pink around there, and again to see what blends. That green is really making her not look as pretty as she is. Okay, here we go. I don't really know how to do this. I put her on blanket, did I say that? Yeah, just so that she'd be even more 3D. Now my other garden party one, I had lots of squares, but I like patchwork, but this one I don't want that. So everything's going to be curvy. Just go down here now because, and look at, it's not the end of the world if I did. Leave a bit of blanket down here. I have to be very careful. You're probably holding your breath. You should be, because I'm not good at this. If I brought down my little other scissors, I could have had smaller scissors. I'm going okay though. There we are. Flappy beak. She's pretty. Okay. So this could have been a pincushion, but I'm loving my pony one. Okay, so position, position, position. She's quite large, so everyone will see her. Let's play. Will I bring her? Oh, how do I do that again, Kate? That way? Yeah. Oh no, this way. So that's the center. Here's my swan. There's my bird, and they're the only two realistic things other than the umbrellas at the moment. So she could go. She could go in there. In fact, she could nestle quite easily there, or could she come in on this side or at the top? Oh, I wonder, maybe at the top. I hadn't even thought of that. I do love something top right, you know that. And I've got the umbrellas, which sort of is the story of the water. Get your umbrellas out. I actually could position it so we just lose a leaf under there. We're not. And then her crook of her neck is in the. All right, that's where she's going. I've got other ones of these, and I've got ones where the, what's that called? The beak goes that way. Shall I show you the material? I will. I forgot to even do that in my excitement. It's this. And it's beautiful. That's what it is. And if you're new here, or if you're a quilter, this is what I'm trying to do more for sustainability, to mix our vintage with quilting fabrics. And as you know, my mum has been a quilter, and you know, she's been giving me all her quilting fabrics for quite a while now, and I was sort of ignoring them, thinking I couldn't use them, but it's now sort of dawned on me that that's actually a win-win for us all. Okay, there we go. So this could be the bird, the swan, and the what. That's how my mind works. Always a story. Can't be the pink pony that I'm getting that out of. I have a lovely subscriber. Well, you're all lovely, but I think, I'm not sure whether she's new or not, but I haven't answered yet, who said she'd found, what was it? A sewing soul sister who she feels like she can go in her Alice in Wonderland direction. I'm not doing it justice, but it was just a beautiful thing that made me smile, because I get it. I don't like pricking the swan in the head. I think that's right, though. Okay, well, we have a go at that. I don't know how to get your beak again. Oh, there she is. All right. So I want to disguise this green around there and join her. Look at that. Oh, love that. Join her onto that tapestry. So we might go my usual favourites. Something like that. I think we might be bold. I think this one. Because overall I want the colours of this piece to be, yeah, a real, what am I trying to say? Bright one. Of course it's bright. I might have to change the light pop in here or something. Okay, there we go. I don't want that little blue. I won't get up to there, but I'll just in case, I'll snip that off. I won't get right round her with you, but let's start. So, have I knotted? Yep. Let's come. Oh, maybe I didn't. What's making noise there? I'm just going to do like a over stitch, and I think I can get close enough to the outline that you'll still see that, but not perfectly, which is a good thing, because there'd be a mixture of feathers in and out. I love actually feeling this Angora, because it was reminding me that my mum, who used to make many of our dresses, made me one, and I think it was like a little, it was, fake feathery things, but she said it's like, goose down, and that's always stayed with me. Well, that's not Swan, is it? No, that's not right. I've got the story mixed up. Okay, and I'm joining this stitch onto that flower, but not going into it. Here we go. So there she is, on her way. Now I could, and I might, I don't know. Don't make promises, Kate. I'm thinking that I could do some feathery strokes in wool when I come back and embellish, but for the moment I'm just going to just make sure that maybe these go in a direction upwards. feathers. In fact, why don't we be bold? Not too tight though. Extra feather there. Can you go wrong with feathers? I don't think so. No, that's okay. So my attaching stitches are feathers too. Yep. In fact, I think that's works. Another one there because that was fun. Maybe we might just do a little bit of running stitch here. To cover the green. And now we're going to do more big stitches out there in the same way. Well, I'm going through all the way to the back now, which I wasn't really meaning to. Like to the back of the blanket. My mind was just going then, shall I take this with me? And then the panic was, I'm going to be away for 15 days altogether. How much do I need to take with me to stitch on? I'm not worried about the clothes, of course. Yeah, I think this is going to have to be pinker. And it's getting darker and rainy. So we'll just keep going for the moment and I'll try and stay on track. I was thinking I could take lots of little swans and teacups and birds and work on them separately, like a block. See, now I'm not concentrating enough, so I'm just going to go down. Let's finish that one off for a minute. Oh, that looks funny with that. The poor beak is flapping. So let's pin that. So she looks, oh, I know what I was just going to say I was going to put a crown on her, but actually the flowers are her crown. Yep, that's like a garland up there. All right, there we go, everyone. That's a little session. Thank you for joining me. I needed to get that done, and I am thrilled with, got a shadow as well. Thrilled with where I've got to today. We have a swan coming from umbrellas, a little bird, and of course the garden. Oh, I was trying to get the two of them showing together for you. So this is Kate in the Nest. Till next time, keep well and I'll see you soon. Bye.